Comey's obsession with his higher ethical standing than the rest of us have. So here's my advice. You should aspire to more in life than simply skating by without having been indicted. If that is your goal in life, to just not meet every essential element of a criminal offense, and you think you should be congratulated and apologized to for simply because you were not indicted, you better give back some of those higher loyalty speaking fees.
Yeah, it's really interesting, this little nuanced part about when the FBI did go to his home. As an FBI director, he does get a SCIF, a secured compartmental information facility, but he evidently took this information, didn't keep it in the SCIF. He kept it in his own personal safe, supposedly. That's a real problem, right? I mean, imagine if every federal employee did that.
Well, it's not a problem if you consider it to be your own personal diary. So, I mean, it depends on what the record said. Did the record say, "Dear diary, Congress was mean to me today, but I did get to talk to the president"? That might be a personal diary. That's not what this was. He's talking to his boss. He's talking to the head of the executive branch, and then he memorializes it. It's a public record. No matter what he calls it, that record belongs to the United States. So he can call it a diary, like birthday cards and other correspondence, but nobody other than Jim Comey considers that to be personal.
But do you think there was the accountability and the consequence? The criticism here is that if somebody else had done this, they would be in handcuffs. They would be going to jail. But is Lady Justice being fair and right here? And is he being held accountable?
Well, Jason, I'm very sensitive to that. When our fellow citizens think we have a two-track justice system, either for the famous or the not famous, or the rich or the poor, then we're in trouble as a republic. I would tell my fellow citizens this: we have to have other ways of meting out accountability other than simply indictments. Hillary Clinton was never indicted; she was never charged, therefore never guilty of a crime, but yet the American jury in 2016 meted out a consequence. Jim Comey, whether he likes it or not, all of his past in the Southern District of New York, all of his past at Main Justice, all of his time as an FBI director, some of which I agreed with, all of that will be forgotten. God and history will be all of our judges, but they will judge Jim Comey based on the fact that he got dinged on both of the major investigations he was handling in 2016 by the Inspector General. That will be the accountability. That's what history will remember about Jim Comey.
Last quick question for you. Mr. Comey actually expects you to apologize. Are you ready to apologize tonight?
Well, what temperature is it in hell right now? Is it snowing? When it snows in hell, you let me know. Why would I apologize to somebody that's been dinged on both of the major investigations by a guy like Michael Horowitz, who is hardly a Republican? He was picked by Obama and confirmed by the Senate, I think, without a dissenting vote. Yeah. That's who said you screwed up Jim Comey. It wasn't a couple of Republican congressmen.
Yeah, no, a couple of congressmen did think he screwed up.
No.
I think you and I were both on that bandwagon. But you're right, Horowitz, impeccable credentials, appointed by Obama, confirmed unanimously by the United States Senate. Even Comey praised the Inspector General. He's now been on the receiving end of 2 Inspector General reports and more to come.
2. He's a 2-time career offender.
Yeah.
3 strikes and you're out.
That's right. Well, he's out now, thank goodness.